Have you ever wondered what Westeros would look like if the dragons never died out and the Targaryens never fell? For 3 centuries, the House of the Dragon ruled the Seven Kingdoms, their names synonymous with power, fire, and blood. But it all came crashing down in a storm of fire and fury, leaving a legacy of ruin and a continent plunged into chaos. But what if it didn't? What if Robert's rebellion never happened? Let's rewind the clock and explore a Westeros where the Targaryen dynasty endured. Our story begins with the man who nearly destroyed it all, King Aerys II, the Mad King. In our timeline, his paranoia and cruelty ignited a rebellion that consumed his house. But in this alternate reality, let's imagine a different fate. Perhaps the pyromancer's wildfire experiments never went so horribly wrong, leaving his mind unscarred. Or maybe a wise Grand Maester, seeing the early signs of instability, successfully treated his condition, steering him away from the brink of madness. With a sane and capable Aerys on the Iron Throne, the catalyst for war vanishes. There's no abduction of Lyanna Stark, no brutal murder of Rickard and Brandon Stark. Robert's rebellion is simply ... a non-event. The great houses, while perhaps discontent, have no righteous cause to rally behind. The Targaryen reign, instead of facing its greatest challenge, is poised to enter a new era of stability. Without the rebellion, the Targaryens would have a golden opportunity to consolidate their power. Instead of being a shattered dynasty on the verge of extinction, they would stand as the undisputed rulers of Westeros. Imagine the economic boom. With a stable government and the might of the crown ensuring peace, trade routes would flourish. Goods from Dorne to the north would flow freely, protected by the king's peace. The Targaryens could establish a unified currency, strengthening the realm's economy and filling the royal coffers. This newfound wealth wouldn't just be for show. It would fund grand projects, perhaps even leading to technological advancements. Could they, with their vast resources and lingering knowledge of old Valyria, usher in an age of innovation? Maybe they wouldn't need to revive dragons through magic, but could they pioneer new forms of engineering, shipbuilding, or even medicine? King's Landing, already the largest city, would become a global marvel. Its skyline dominated by new, magnificent structures, all built under the patronage of a thriving royal family. Art and culture would flourish, with Targaryen gold funding painters, singers, and scholars, creating a renaissance that would unify the disparate cultures of the Seven Kingdoms under a single silver-haired banner. But what about the other great houses? Their ambitions wouldn't just disappear. The Starks in the north, fiercely independent, would present a unique challenge. With no rebellion to forge a bond of shared grievance with the south, would they retreat further into their northern isolation? Or would a wise Targaryen monarch use diplomacy and strategic marriages to finally truly integrate the north into the realm? Imagine a Targaryen princess marrying a Stark heir, bringing a touch of dragon's fire to the cold halls of Winterfell. Then there are the Lannisters of Casterly Rock, swimming in gold and ambition. With no Iron Throne to usurp, Tywin Lannister would have to find a new outlet for his strategic genius. Would he become the most loyal and effective hand of the king the realm has ever seen, using his wealth to strengthen the crown? Or would he play a subtler game, weaving a web of influence and debt, ensuring that while the Targaryens wore the crown, the Lannisters held the real power? And in the sun-scorched south, Dorne, the unconquered kingdom, would watch with keen eyes. Having only joined the Seven Kingdoms through marriage, their loyalty has always been conditional. Would a perpetually dominant Targaryen dynasty finally persuade them to fully integrate? Or would they find new, clever ways to assert their independence, forever a thorn in the dragon's side? The political landscape would be a fascinating chess game of shifting loyalties and simmering rivalries. Even with a stable realm, a powerful dynasty always faces threats, both from within and without. To the north, the wall would stand, but it would be manned by a much stronger Night's Watch, funded and supplied by a prosperous crown. When the whispers of the others and the long night began, a united Westeros under Targaryen rule would be far better equipped to face the threat. Imagine Targaryen commanders leading disciplined armies against the army of the dead, perhaps even rediscovering ancient secrets to fight the darkness. And what of the world beyond Westeros? With the Seven Kingdoms secure, would the Targaryens look eastward, back towards their ancestral homeland of Essos? They could use their immense power to establish trade empires, forge alliances with the free cities, or even launch campaigns to liberate the slaves of Slaver's Bay, fulfilling the dreams of past Targaryen idealists. This eastward expansion could bring immense wealth and prestige, but also new enemies and endless conflicts. However, the most dangerous threat might come from within. Targaryen history is filled with bloody succession crises, like the infamous Dance of the Dragons. Without a common enemy to unite them, the various branches of the Targaryen family would inevitably vie for the Iron Throne. Princes and princesses, each with their own ambitions and supporters among the great houses, could plunge the realm into a devastating civil war, proving that even a dragon can consume itself. So, what would be the ultimate legacy of a Targaryen dynasty that never fell? Would the Iron Throne exist forever? A continuous, centuries-long reign might lead to a more centralized, almost imperial system of governance, with the power of the great houses slowly eroding. The concept of the Seven Kingdoms might fade, replaced by a single, unified Westerosi empire. Or, the constant stability might lead to stagnation. A society resistant to change, held in place by the overwhelming power of the crown. And what of the prophecies? The prince that was promised, Azor Ahai, reborn. In a world where the Targaryens are strong, these prophecies would take on a different meaning. They wouldn't be whispers of hope in a time of darkness, but a state-sanctioned doctrine. The search for the promised hero would be a royal endeavor, a quest to identify which Targaryen prince or princess was destined to save the world. Now, let's fast forward. What would this Westeros look like in our year 2025? It wouldn't be the medieval society we know. With centuries of uninterrupted progress, it could be a global superpower. Imagine a world where Westerosi airships, powered by advanced technology derived from Valyrian knowledge, cross the Sunset Sea. King's Landing could be a sprawling metropolis of 100 million souls, a center of global finance and culture. The Targaryens, now a vast and complex imperial family, would rule over a world far beyond the shores of Westeros. It's a staggering vision, a world forged not in ice, but in a continuous, enduring fire. What do you think? Would a perpetual Targaryen rule have been a golden age, or would their fire have eventually consumed the world? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into an alternate Westeros, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite fictional worlds. Until next time, Valor Morgulis.